Kind of a weird thing the last week and a half.
Yeah, week, 8 days. Yeah, for sure. It was frustrating. You don't really know why it happened. You can only guess after all the tests done. So just had to let it calm down and get back to a normal life and be able to get through a workout practice like I did today. It wasn't any contact, but I got through it pretty good. I'm not any worse than what I started, so that's a good thing.
Think you'll play tomorrow?
We'll see. We'll see how my body reacts and how I get up tomorrow after the exercise today. I would love to.
Bob, can you explain just how you were feeling at first and how that's progressed to today?
Yeah, it's just really lightheaded, dizzy, drowsy. So stayed for 5 days, pretty much 6 days at home without really moving much, just laying. Let my system kind of readjust. Because it was scary moment for me, for my family, and the ones that love me.
When did it start to get a little bit better to where you were able to practice today?
Well, I think yesterday got a little bit better, and today I think significantly better, and that's why I was able to get some shots up before practice, see how I felt, because I did the same yesterday before the shoot around, and I wasn't feeling right, and today it felt better, so I was like, well, let me go through practice, and everything was pretty good.
What they pinpointed to? Is it related to some of the sinus stuff you had earlier?
Could be. I could only guess because the tests that we did for one side, it was positive that nothing was positive. Basically, all the tests came out negative, so all the worst stuff was out of the way, and they could only guess a couple of things, but nothing for sure.
But do they think it was an inner ear cause? Infection?
Yeah, it's probably the inner ear was affected. That's what our balance is, and for some reason, but we don't know what affected it. It might be probably it was a viral effect, but they can't be for sure.
Is there any other treatment you're undergoing right now?
I'm in medicine. I have a patch here. Do I still have it? Is it somewhere? Yeah, it's still here. Okay, so yeah. I stopped taking certain medicine that kind of calmed me down, but I still have the patch going on. And I talk to the doctor on a daily basis to give me guidance, to see how I feel, how I react, what I should do. I'm doing exercises, therapy for the inner ear, the vestibula in my ear. So I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do to try to get back to normal so things don't move around too much.
While you're doing that stuff, do you feel any adverse effects from it?
Yeah, there's certain exercises that that force you to get dizzy. They force you to lose balance. So as you go through more and more, supposedly you're supposed to get less dizzy because your brain and your balance system gets adjusted to it, and the recovery time should be shorter. So something that I need to do on a daily basis, and I have to repeat the exercises that actually make me dizzy and make me feel worse. So that's just how it works, I guess.
You've had other aches and pains, knees and whatever.
Right.
This is completely different, though, right?
Yeah. It was similar to a certain extent to the concussion. It was like there's certain symptoms that were similar to the concussion, where you have a constant kind of headache, lightheadedness, drowsiness. Not so much the bother of the light and the noise as much, but similar to that experience that I suffered last year.
Possibly you got hit but didn't notice it or something the first
I
time?
don't think so. They asked me that. I don't recall getting hit in my head, so I don't think that was the cause.
What was that Sunday night like, getting the IV in the locker room and then taking an ambulance?
It's a nightmare. I was feeling terrible. Everybody that saw me, they felt bad because I was extremely pale. I was kind of shivering. I couldn't really move. I had 3 liters of IV fluid. I couldn't get up. I couldn't sit. They had to take me to the hospital on a stretcher. So the whole experience was not pleasant.
Kind of going through
It was scary. You try. I mean, luckily I'm a pretty calm person. I usually take things lightly for the most part. I don't react emotionally very easily, so that kind of plays in my favor because I don't dwell, I don't overthink, I don't think of the worst case scenario. I don't get nervous. So that kind of helped me out. But a lot of things could have gone through my mind at that point where after a few hours I couldn't really move. I couldn't really move my eyes even because it would make me nauseous and wanted to vomit and stuff like that.
If you give it a go against Portland, what kind of workload are you expecting minutes-wise?
I have no idea. That's always. I guess it depends on how I feel and what the coach wants me to do. See what kind of lineup he wants to utilize. But hopefully I'll feel better tomorrow and no setbacks from today and be able to play because that's what I enjoy doing.
You've taken up the cause of having you and Chris came and play together, earlier in the season. And now there's only 9 games left to go, but
Right.
the way Chris filled in for you.
Better late than never. Is that what you're saying? I don't know. It's like I said. I don't know if you guys already talked to the coach. That's a question that he should answer. See if he gives it a try. I think after a monster game like last night, it's hard to bench a guy like that, or even not play him like he hasn't for the most part of the year. I think you got to give him some credit and understand that he's a valuable piece and one of our best pieces right now.
You said he was unsure, but he was open to ideas.
Open to ideas? Well, that's an idea, right?
Better late than never. Be more playing alongside him. Would you prefer to play alongside him, or do you think it would be more effective with him playing separately the second game?
I don't know. I would be comfortable playing with him. We played a few games during preseason. I think it was pretty effective. I think people were pretty excited and we got good results from it. But we really never went back to it during the entire season. Like I said, we're not the coach. We don't make those decisions. We just do what we're kind of told and do our best when we're out there. But I know it's been a rough year for Chris because basically he only got continuity when I've been out, or solid minutes when I've been out, and he's put up a couple of pretty strong performances, and so we'll see what happens.